Here with Justin Cessante, the National Director of Legacy 7-on-7 Football. And Justin, this is an organization that you created, a brainchild of yourself back in 2012. It's grown exponentially throughout the country. Talk a little bit about how impressed you are by its growth and why you decided to come up with this organization.
Yeah, extremely humbled by the growth here in New England, changing the culture of football and high school football specifically, and Mario Hines doing a fantastic job. Years ago, we came up with this concept to provide a great platform for student athletes to develop on and off the field through off-season football development. And it's very unique with our club system and the way that we structure our programming, and it's really taken off. 7-on-7 is growing the game of football, promoting it, keeping it safe, and we've really found a niche in Michigan, Canada, and now New England, and it's been very humbling in the journey, and it's been a blessing.
Absolutely, and a lot of the topics over the last decade or so with football have been the concussion problems and the injuries and how it can maybe affect the future of football. Sure. And you are coming up with kind of an idea to counteract that, because Legacy 7-on-7, it's got all the great excitement parts of football and very few of the injuries, right?
Yeah, it's fast-paced, it's moving, it's not flagged. I always consider flag as checkers. This is chess, more schematic around the actual game, but it still allows them to work on their craft without that contact. And I do think it's going to become its own game one day, but if it's an unsafe sport, as people put out there about football, then motor skills, muscle memory, and development is very important. So we're helping these kids get their movement, their footwork, their power base for the fall season, and I think it's helping promote safety in the game of football.
And to that point, all you hear these days in the media, depending on whatever network you look at, is how dangerous football is, how parents aren't letting their kids play football anymore. But football has a lot of positive things that it can teach kids as well. Yeah. Talk a little bit about that and how playing football helped you become the man you are today, and how it's going to help these young men become even better men.
Yeah, I don't believe there's a better sport as far as building men. Diversity, teamwork, hard work, extra work, mental toughness, physical toughness, and having to do that in unison with 11 people or 80 people in a locker room. It's a great game. It's hard. It teaches a lot of good characteristics that young men need to be alpha leaders, not just alpha males. And it's been a blessing in my life. I would never imagine that football, although I played since I was 7 years old and coached, that would be to this level of impacting others. And that's really our definition of success, is how can you provide something that's going to impact others. Yeah.
In your pregame speech to all the players here at the New England Championships in 2019, not only did you focus on going out there and playing their best, but you focused a lot on the off-the-field aspects of it. Playing within themselves, not getting out of hand, and not committing unsportsmanlike penalties and unsportsmanlike conduct. That's got to be a big thing that you guys preach, is that you're not only great athletes, but you have to be great people as well.
100%. Don't let football use you. Use football, the game of football, to build relationships and to have an equation for success for the future. This game, whether you go to the NFL, it's short-lived, but what are you going to learn and take from it? And so we always have to make sure that they keep the bigger picture and bigger vision in mind.
Absolutely. Now, you guys have a lot of really good athletes here at this level in Legacy. When you began this program back in 2012, did you envision that you would have players as young as freshmen being commits to D1, Big Ten, ACC schools?
You know, we started off in the travel circuit, so actually my first 7-on-7 team out of Detroit has about 4 guys in the NFL right now. So, but to this scale, no. It's amazing to be able to get this many athletes and still keep the integrity of competition. So, yeah, it's pretty amazing. And then you start hearing there's 4 or 5 kids in this league alone that have offers from the University of Michigan. New England may not have been known for football, but we're trying to change that culture and that exposure for this region.
You already have. 2 years ago, this was a 22-man travel team. It grew to 3 teams. Now it's up to 10. And we spoke to Mario before, and he said that he was interested in building this up to 30 teams. Yeah. So the growth is exponential. Are you envisioning that as well? This is going to continue to grow and continue to blossom in the New England area?
Yeah, we have a model that works in Michigan and Canada, and it's grown to 26 teams, and we're pretty much at capacity. And we hope to grow this, but with quality, not just quantity. We want to make sure we stay true to ourselves, make sure that we keep the core pillars in place, and that we grow it the right way and impact the kids at the end of the day.
Well, Justin, you've been growing a lot since 2012. Best of luck continuing to grow in the future. Thank you for joining us here on ESPN HD. That's Justin Cessante, the National Director of Legacy 7-on-7 Football here at the 2019 Legacy 7-on-7 New England Championships. We'll be right back.